Hello.
There we are.
Okay, we're back. I think we're back. Let's see. Let's give people some time to come in, and I'll ignore this for now. Take 2. Here we are. There it is. We're live. Wait. Oh wait, we're live on the new Evangelicals, not the Tim and April show. That's okay.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, we'll just ask for forgiveness later. Wait. How do we tell everyone from the Tim and April show to come to the new Evangelicals? Is it on the Tim and April show too? Shoot. Well, hello everybody. Okay, so there's some people here. You know what? We're just gonna roll with it. It's gonna be very confusing. Part 1 was on the Tim and April show. Part 2 is here, and we're back.
I think it's on the right spot.
Is it? Is it on
Yeah.
both? Maybe it's on both. Are we back?
Maybe.
Hold on, let's see. The Tim and April show. Oh yeah, I think we're just live everywhere. That's fine. We're back. Okay. Is it blurry or is it on my end?
Yes. No, it's
It
blurry.
is. Great. It's blurry. That's okay.
Listen, a few years ago, I would have said that this is demonic activity trying to stop us from giving you guys an important message. So,
I know. Well, and I think I made a joke earlier. It's because we brought an atheist on. It's all your fault.
yeah,
It's the demons
it is. It's still
manifesting.
demonic. It's just me.
Okay, I really hate how blurry we are, but I don't know what to do about that. So, you know what? We're just gonna press on. We're gonna press on.
Crash on in
Yeah.
the spirit.
We've got an atheist as a guest and agnostic running the show. I need to lay hands on this show and rebuke these demons. Bring out the witchcraft. I don't know what we're doing. Okay. We were talking about Kim Davis and oh good. Some of them are saying it's clear. Yay!
Great. It's
Praise
just
God.
I'm just
Or
gonna
praise not
assume you're
God.
smiling and happy the whole time. You can praise God. It's okay. I won't get mad.
You're fuming. I can see it. You're so mad.
All
Okay.
2 pixels of me.
Oh my gosh. Thank you all for hanging around. I'm so sorry. We had major technical difficulties, so that's fine. So, as we were saying, Kim Davis, this lovely woman right here, she was a Kentucky county clerk that refused to give marriage license to a gay couple back in 2015. She went to jail for 5 days. Her deputies started issuing marriage license in her stead. So the judge was like, okay, well, you were doing your job. I want to be clear. When you are a county clerk, you are the county clerk. Like you are the only one that can do the marriage license, or you're supposed to. But she got her deputies, whatever. Of course, she claimed Christian persecution. She said that she could not issue a marriage license because it went against her Christian beliefs. She lost that battle. The gay couple sued her, which really they sued the state of Kentucky because she was a Kentucky government employee. And she lost. So I believe, I read an article from, it was like 2018 that said that Kentucky, like the actual state of Kentucky, was responsible to pay like $225,000. And there's like a couple other fees too. So like taxpayers had to pay for that. But she's now appealing it and taking it all the way to the Supreme Court and asking the Supreme Court to overturn their ruling on Obergefell, which could essentially completely overturn marriage equality as we know it, which we frickin' said would
Yep.
happen.
I think I
people
tweeted about this back when being on Twitter was still when it was still acceptable. And I was pointing out, like, when Roe v. Wade got overturned, I was saying, hey, you know what they're coming for next. Because this is what we were told. Like, this was on, like, imagine it wasn't quite like this. But for me, it was almost like going to Sunday school where it's like, okay, agenda 1, remove Roe v. Wade. Maneuver 2, destroy marriage equality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this was also part of Project 2025 that we also warned everybody about, which is, to this day, I do not understand gays for Trump. I remember seeing signs of people holding up saying gays for Trump. Now, maybe there's a chance they were just holding it to make it seem like Trump people were more progressive than they were. But I do know that there are gay Trump supporters, and I will never understand because this is what they want. This is what they want. Yeah. So, we have another super chat that came in from Stevie Clown 2000. Can you really trust a 4-time divorced Christian when Jesus says to stay married? I mean, we are definitely going to get into that hypocrisy. I've got a screen grab of her 4 husbands. Well, really it's 3 husbands, 4 marriages. And I don't mean to laugh, but it infuriates me how clearly hypocritical it is.
From someone who has been divorced multiple times, I do mean to laugh at it because the
Okay.
hypocrisy is
Thank you.
absolutely outstanding. It's wild. I'll wait till we get into it, but yeah.
Yeah, let's wait that. So I want to watch this. So this is an interview from it's from 2018, and she was at, this is like a conservative media conference that she was at. So she's being interviewed. So the initial incident happened in 2015. This interview is from 2018, and I just want you to hear from her words what she thinks about the whole situation and if she learned any lessons.
Was a shock. I never would have dreamt just in my whole lifetime that I would ever end up being in jail, and especially with my past. I didn't go didn't go to jail then, but go to jail as a Christian was a real shock. I just, I think God's timing is perfect every time, and if me going to jail is what it took to stir people and to wake people up and to just make people realize that it's not just the bakers and the florists and the wedding planners, that it could be someone like me who issues the license, or it could be a magistrate who performs a marriage ceremony. And I think people are realizing that it's not just if it happens, but when it happens to them, that they're going to need to be prepared and ready, because they could end up being.
She is a government employee, or was. She is, like, if she felt in her heart of hearts that issuing a marriage license to everybody without discrimination, that she could not do that because it would go against her beliefs, she should have quit her job before she discriminated against people as a government employee. Because we
Yep.
still, like, even though they're trying to make this a Christian nation, especially back in 2015, we're secular. We are a secular state. We are a secular nation. We have the separation of church and state for a reason. And like the whole her trying to frame this as like, oh, it's just because I was a Christian. It's just because I was a Christian. Like, no, you broke the law. You did not do your
Right.
job as a government employee. That's why
Yep.
you went to jail. You did not go to jail because you're a Christian.
Right, you got famous and you got a book deal because you're a
Mhm.
Christian and this happened to you. That was, uh, the privilege that you had in all of this.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild that that's her take. And if this was somebody else, let's say it was me, an atheist, saying that I only believe that, marriages that aren't between 2 Christians should be allowed, and I feel like my atheist views, this is obviously a dramatization, but my atheist views are being infringed upon because I'm having to issue marriage licenses to couples that believe in God. Can you imagine? Nobody would even like, it would be a funny thing that people would talk about and I'd get fired immediately, but I wouldn't get a book deal and I wouldn't go on tours advocating for traditional values after, or atheist
Yeah.
values, whichever fits the story. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, especially when you're on your 4th marriage. I mean, trying to protect the sanctity of marriage, like you protected
And she
yours?
had an affair, which I guess that's
I
part of
know.
her story. She did the whole thing where you become a Christian, so now all your sins are washed away and now nobody can talk about anything that you've ever done before.
I know.
Really
Those are the
wild.
BJ years, though, before Jesus, so nothing counts back then.
The
She's been
BJ
saved.
years. That's really good.
Just um, oh, yeah, her book, by the way, is called Under God's Authority. Um, I literally couldn't find, I found one place that you could still buy it. The foreword was written by Mike Huckabee, because of course it was. Talk about a disappointment. Let's just keep playing. I just wanted you to hear the rationale, like the different world that these Christians live in.
The same situation that I was.
So, what was the rationale, without getting into it too deeply, because I know our time is limited, but this is a situation when you think about a judge placing you in jail for standing by your faith convictions, that's very troubling.
Sure it is. He told me that I could take my faith off and leave it in my vehicle before I stepped in my door. And I said,
Yes.
sir, with all due respect, you can't take off something that is ingrained in your soul. It's not like a coat that I can take off.
And you were not really,
And she has a
when
lot of
the-
layers on.
when the court action began, you weren't really you were just asking for an accommodation,
That's exactly
basically.
right.
What were you wanting to, in this situation, what were you wanting to I guess, to accomplish or to see happen?
I simply wanted my name and my authority removed from that license. I didn't want to be any part of it, didn't want to have any,
Then quit your
any
job.
kind of connection
No.
to it.
And what eventually, for those that may have followed the story to a point, was there some sort of accommodation that was granted? I believe that the judge may have gotten involved, but the real accommodation for you and others in your same position didn't come until Matt Bevin was elected governor.
Yes, I have nothing but good to say about our governor. He is truly a man of God who allows his moral compass to lead and guide him.
Oh, pause.
He
Pause.
campaigned heavily that
As a Kentuckian, I live in Kentucky. Let me tell you, Matt Bevin was such an unpopular governor in the red state of Kentucky. Like, I'm pretty sure he tried to get rid of teachers' pensions. Like, super unpopular across party lines. That Kentucky elected a Democrat. That's how bad he was. Like, Andy Bashir is still our governor, he's a Democrat. And which of course it makes sense that he was a good old godly man. I just want to say, if I were a county clerk and using her rationale that she could not issue a marriage license because it went against her Christian beliefs, like the people that she was issuing to it went against her Christian beliefs. You could do that for anything. Like, she should also not be issuing, as we mentioned, she shouldn't be issuing marriage licenses to people that are on their second marriage because the Bible would consider that adultery. Like, Jesus didn't
Right.
say a word about gay marriage or queer people. Jesus did actually condemn divorce. And I do not condemn divorce. I want to be clear about that. As I'm friends with Promise. I would not, if I had
Here I
strong
am,
feelings about
the
divorce.
the, the divorced friend. Yeah.
Right. I believe everyone should have the right to get a divorce. Especially in this crazy, awful world that we're living in where men are trying to make no fault divorce illegal, which will just keep women entrapped in abusive marriages, which is terrible. So I'm not bringing that up to condemn divorce. I am bringing it up for the simple fact of saying she's trying to act like the Bible says anything about gay marriage. It does not. It does condemn divorce, though. And the hypocrisy of this is so infuriating to me. Like literally, I'm a Christian, so I follow the teachings of Jesus. I could literally, if a MAGA person came in and wanted to get married, I could just say, sorry, I can't give you a marriage license because, I believe that Jesus says that we should welcome the stranger and that what you do to the least of these you've done to me. And therefore, I can't support you in that, or else I am being complicit in your sin of supporting an antichrist for president, among a million other things. Cassie, I just want to go ahead and pull up the picture of the men that she's married, and
Well,
listen,
and
you go ahead, you go ahead.
the reason for one of her divorces was that she had an affair.
Mhm.
The Bible goes on and on about adultery. That's like one of the things that was cited at me. Just getting remarried is considered adultery in some parts of the Bible. So somebody could deny it based on that. And that's my overall point with Christian nationalism and why you and I agree on so much, because especially if you're a Christian, you should be bothered by Christian nationalism because it is different people getting to pick and choose which version of Christianity they want to oppress others with. And that's why things like marriage equality matter, because we shouldn't be letting these individual people get to decide, well, I don't feel good about it. If you're working for the government's supposed to protect the rights of all, and therefore you have to adhere to what's been decided, which is why it's absolutely insane that we're even considering the idea that marriage equality would be off the table.
I know. I know. It's so wild. And another thing too, like divorce is something that obviously Christians are willing to overlook because they get divorced. That's why.
Just as
And I
much as
want to
everybody else.
right, I want to tell a story. So my spouse Beecher is non-binary, and they were once a professor at a conservative Christian college. And so when they came out, first they to the president, and the president was basically kind of like, I don't really know theologically where I stand on that, because really they don't have a theological basis to be against non-binary people or even trans people. Like they use the creation story, but even that, it doesn't matter. I don't need to get in theology. So Beecher was asked to leave because they thought that being non-binary went against the Bible, even though they couldn't explain how. Yeah, that's probably not great. But they allowed a vice president to stay on staff who is in the process of getting divorced, and not one of those biblically okay divorces either, just like divorced. And I remember at the time just being so infuriated because, like, if it's actually about following the Bible, especially for people like Kim Davis who believe in a literal interpretation where they say they follow it literally, the hypocrisy is so loud. It's so loud. Are we glitching again?
I think we are glitching again. It's a sad moment.
I'm so sad because I really want to get to our weird Christian beep video.
I'm sorry that I brought all my atheist demons with me, you guys.
I don't know. Cassidy, do we think we can play a video, or do we think it's just going to crash everything again? Are we doing too much? I can try, but it might not work, she says. Okay. Let's try. And we'll just skip. We were going to talk about Trump turning the National Guard military on DC and American citizens again. Oh, they say the sound is good. Okay. Well, really it's mainly the sound on this video anyway, because I really want Promise to react to this video so badly.
And your sound is cutting out for me a lot, though, is my only problem.
Oh no. Is it still cutting out?
No, maybe we're okay. No, it is.
Dang it.
Well, I think it's fixing itself, and you're not so blurry
you sound
anymore.
good to me.
Okay.
Probably because I'm not moving.
Maybe it'll work. Yeah. If we just hold
people
really
say it's good
still.
now.
Okay, great.
Just freeze. Okay, let's attempt to watch this video. And this will be the last thing that we do. And if it doesn't work, we're just going to count our losses and blame the devil. Okay, I'm not even going to play our weird Christian beep. I'm just going to go weird Christian beep because I don't want to mess it up. So here is
Noah's Ark was made of wood. The
Christian.
basket that kept baby Moses safe was also made of wood. The Ark of the Covenant that kept the law safe is also made of wood. The altars that burnt sacrifices were made on were also made of wood. The cross is made of wood. We know Jesus is the true vine, which is made of wood, that grows fruit. There are 9 fruits of the Spirit, and there are also 9 wine grapes. Wine is made and preserved in wooden barrels. In Greek wedding ceremonies, they wear wooden crowns, and in the Jewish wedding tradition, the groom builds a wooden addition onto his father's house for him and the bride to stay in. Everything that has ever protected us or preserved us is made of wood because Jesus is the carpenter. And dare I say that the wood that he uses to create things that preserve us might come from the tree of life.
Promise, are you a
All of the
Christian
jokes I
now?
wanna say right now, I'm not gonna start with. Um, I I
Checkmate, atheist.
I heard a lot about wood. It sounds like God is a big fan of wood, of all things. He's like, "You know, out of all the things I've created, you know what I really like? Wood. Wood is the thing." Here's my problem. I fact
I'm
checked
surprised she
all of
didn't I'm
this
surprised she
because
didn't go,
already a lot of it.
"Sorry, I'm delayed. You go."
Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Uh-oh, I think you're freezing
You
for
can't hear me?
a little. Yeah,
Just
now I
go,
can.
girl.
I wonder if we take the video away and then okay. So, first, there's like 10,000 grape varieties. She says there's 9 wine grapes. What I don't even know where that came from, where that idea came from. Maybe it's like that there's 9 main types of red wine. I'm not sure. Um, the altars that they were burning sacrifices on in the Bible were primarily made. Oh, sorry, you cannot burn something on a wooden thing. Like the wooden altar will burn. Well, then Moses's basket, we can use her own Bible to demonstrate that that's false. It's not made out of wood. It's made out of this tall grass called what's it? I think it's papyrus. Anyways, made out of that. So already 3 down, no wood involved. Um, you know what is also made of wood though? Ouija boards. Ouija
What?
boards, witches' brooms,
Oh!
Islamic prayer beads, all of those things. So
Why she didn't
oh, now we've
say
frozen
too,
so
like,
much that I may have
"And
lost you.
husbands who are the male." No, I can hear you, though. I have a joke I really make, but I keep freezing.
You were getting to a really good. Oh, no, I started hearing part of it. I need you to say it
Am
now.
I
Maybe
still
we're calming
frozen?
down. I'm gonna stay still. Uh,
Okay, I'm
you're
I'm
not
gonna
frozen, but
say
you're
it and
not
just hope
matching
it
up
comes
with what
through.
you're saying.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised.
Okay.
It's fine. The podcast will hear it. I was gonna say, I'm surprised that she didn't mention how men, heads of household, and God's biblical order of the family also are known to have mourning wood. That was it. That was my joke. I was sitting on that for a long
Oh,
time.
man. Yeah. The that
We
was a
have
really good
another
well, that's all I was thinking
super
of the whole
chat.
time,
Let
like,
me
why
read
are we
it.
talking about wood?
It's and, like, yeah, Jesus is the carpenter, but, like, so many things are made of wood, and that's not, like, proof, like that's the annoying thing. Like, yes, I believe in God, and I'm a Christian, but some of these, like, Christian videos where they're trying to prove God exists are so cringy and so stupid. Like, they're like, "Yeah, you don't believe in God? Well, have you ever seen a tree? How'd it get there?" I'm like, that is not the, that that that's not
No,
doing what
it's
you
not.
think
That's
it's doing.
actually when people ask me my least favorite argument for the existence of a God, I always say it's the argument of look at the trees. So when I saw that video, it was perfect. Hilarious.
Yeah. We have another super chat from Herbie Shine. It says Promise seems to know a lot about wine. That rhymed. Probably
Listen,
because she's
I
frolicking in like Finnish
yeah,
vineyards.
you can blame my Google search for that though. I wish I knew more about wine, but I at least needed to know enough to know that she was wrong.
Yeah, totally fair. Um, I as sad as I don't really want to go, but I just feel like we're this is the struggle bus today. We had a
It's a
good
struggle
first
bus.
hour,
Yeah.
45 minutes
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. Um, Promise, will you tell everybody where they can find you?
Yes. I am on, I guess, all of the platforms as Eve_was framed. So you can look me up there. And April tagged me in her story and stuff today. So you can also find me in
Yeah.
her TikToks every now and then when we hang out because we're faking our friendship and we only do it so we can make content together.
That's true. It's been a lot harder to hang out though since you frolic away to Finland.
I need you to come visit me next.
I know. I do want to visit. I do think it would be a fun time. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for your patience in enduring this satanic technology overhaul. I don't know. Maybe next week we're having a Christian on, so hopefully this won't happen again.
Hopefully it'll work better. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining us. We'll be back again next Thursday at noon. I'll have another special surprise guest and we will talk about more things. And subscribe, leave us a review on the Tim and April show. It would be very, very helpful. So thank you all. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, guys.